Good evening, everyone, and welcome to night number 3 of the SWE's AEW Revolution special. We've got 5 more big matches here for you this evening, including Darby, Allin, and Sting versus Cage and Starks, and AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho for the SWE Championship. And we're starting things off tonight with the Casino Battle Royal. Brian Pillman Jr., Jake Hager, Hangman Page, Lance Archer, Matt Hardy, Mr. Brodie Lee, Pac, and Boom Colt Cabana. They're in the ring and ready to go. Right, of course, a point for each elimination and an extra point for the winner is up for grabs in this one. So it's going to be a great chance for some points. Of course, if 2 people eliminate someone together, then they will both get a point. As Lance Archer going after Jake Hager and Colt Cabana try and eliminate Pillman Jr. Nobody has gone as of yet. So 5 big matches again for you here this evening. Of course, starting things off with this one. We've got Darby and Sting versus Cage and Starks as Lance Archer does get an elimination. Darby and Sting versus Cage and Starks up next. Thunder Rosa versus Beth Phoenix for the SWE Women's Championship for the second time in as many weeks. As Hangman Page, no, Pac stays in. We will have John Moxley versus Kenny Omega in an exploding barbed wire death match. And our main event, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho for the SWE Championship. Should be an interesting one. Of course, Chris Jericho won the 8-man elimination match on night number 1. So Lance Archer's doing pretty well now. He actually gained a couple of points. He's leveling himself up a bit, isn't he? He's getting up there a bit, and he's already got a point here this evening with a chance to get, 6 more? 7 more? 6 more. 7 more. 6 more. 7 more. It's 7 more. 1 for each elimination, 1 for the win. And Archer gets another elimination. His Pac has gone, thanks to Lance Archer. Of course, Archer will be part of the Dusty Classic as part of the Killer Elite squad. Pillman Jr. is part of the Dusty Classic today as part of the Varsity Blondes. Mr. Brodie Lee will be part of the Dusty Classic as well, teaming up with 10 as part of the Dark Order. Of course, Matt Hardy will be part of the Dusty Classic as the Hardy Boys. And we will have... who's left? Oh, we've seen Colt Cabana already, haven't we? He's part of the Second City Saints alongside CM Punk. Archer now with Colt up on the top, and Archer looking for a third elimination. But Colt able to break free, get back in the ring. No matter what happens here, then Archer will leave on a profit as Brodie gets his second elimination as well, which means Brodie will also leave here on a profit. He's got 2 eliminations so far. Of course, you lose 1 for being eliminated. Colt with a boot in the gut of Mr. Brodie Lee. And Brodie now with his stablemate Colt Cabana takes him up. And Mr. Brodie Lee's going to powerbomb Colt Cabana over the top to oblivion. And Mr. Brodie Lee gets his 3rd elimination of the match. So this is going to be good for Brodie. He's going to get these ranking points he needs to boost himself up a bit. So now we have Hangman Page, we have Mr. Brodie Lee and Lance Archer. Archer just flattens Mr. Brodie Lee. Archer brings Brodie back up to a standing base, sends him over the top. Brodie holds on, but Archer now working on him, trying to push Brodie off the apron. And Brodie breaks free, able to escape and head back in. And Hangman now sending Brodie over the top. And Brodie straight back in again. I mean, all 3 of these would be a very good victor in this match. So both Brodie and Archer are guaranteed to leave this on a profit anyway. because the amount of eliminations have already picked up. Of course, you lose 1 point for being eliminated. As Mr. Brodie Lee's 4th elimination of the match, this time on Hangman Adam Page. So Brodie with +4 at the moment. If he gets the win, he'll get +6, which will send him right up the rankings. Running big boot, taking down Archer. And this Casino Battle Royal is being dominated by the Dark Order's own Mr. Brodie Lee. Oh, but Archer fights back. Brodie just staring him down. Come on, Brodie, you need to do something here, mate. Don't just stare at him. Attack him. Clothesline him. Send him over the top. Come on, Brodie. Do something, Brodie. Brodie. Brodie's just staring at him. As Archer now catches Brodie up into the full Nelson slam. That's what you get for wasting time, Brodie. Hey, Brodie. Archer with a big headbutt taking Brodie Lee down. Where are we in the Dusty Classic now? I mean, we've got a big episode up today. The Varsity Blondes versus the Hollywood Blondes. You don't want to miss that one. And tomorrow we've got the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong up against Kingdom, Mike Kanellis and Matt Taven. We've got Triple Threat versus Team Taz. So that's Bam Bam Bigelow and Shane Douglas versus Cage and Brian Starks. Ricky Cage and Brian Starks. Tomorrow we've got Demolition, Axe and Smash going up against the BWO. As Lance Archer sends Brodie over the top, and it's Archer who gets the win. Wow, big points for both Archer and Brodie in this one. Also tomorrow, the Viking Raiders versus the Wild Samoans, which is going to be an amazing match. Not tomorrow, that's the day after, isn't it? That'll be Tuesday. That's going to be an amazing match. The Viking Raiders versus Afa and Sika of the Wild Samoans is going to be amazing. But there we go, victory. Lance Archer is going to get himself +4 in this one. Brodie Lee gets +3. Everyone else in this match gets -1. There we go. Victory in the opening match for Lance Archer, who has been very, very good since joining this company. And it'll be interesting to see how much he can still progress forward. Well done, Lance Archer. Let's move on to match number 2. And here we go then, tag team action. Ricky Starks and Brian Cage versus Sting and Darby Allin. This is a pretty cool website. I just found a website that tells me how much I've uploaded of certain games and how many views. That's really cool, actually. Wow, I'm not doing very well views-wise anymore, am I? No, it tells you how much how many views you got per game as well. So FIFA 20's gave me 306,000 views. WWE 2K16 is 244,000. 2K19 is 117,000. 2K17 is 84,000. FIFA 19 is 70k. FIFA 18 is 59k. It's a really cool website. A really cool website. I like this, actually. It tells you how many videos you've uploaded as well. So that's not good, is it? I've uploaded more 2K19 videos than 2K16 videos, but I've got less views. So that's not good, is it, really? It's a really cool website, though, actually. The website is called letsplayindex.com. And you can search for a channel. It tells you how many videos that channel's uploaded of each game, and tells you basically which games are getting the most views as well, actually, which is pretty nice. So it gives you an indication of what sort of games you should focus on in the future, I suppose. It shows how low some games are, though, on this, doesn't it? I mean, I've never played a game called Shanks or Valley. So I don't know why they're on there, to be honest, but there you go. Anyway, let's stop getting distracted by random websites and get on with what we're doing here. Pin here by Darby Allin, and Ricky Starks in there for a 1 count, or 2 count, should I say. Sting now on the outside, joining Brian Cage. So Ricky Starks and Brian Cage, as I said, will be involved in the Dusty Classic very soon. Who did I say they were against? I said it in the last video, in the last match, didn't I? Triple Threat, Bam Bam and Shane Douglas. It's going to be an interesting match, that one, actually. Nice Faymouser there by Ricky Starks on Darby Allin. There's the pin. Of course, Darby not having the best of times so far in this weekender. Of course, he lost his Hardcore Championship last night to Jon Moxley. Ricky Starks now taking him up and dropping Darby Allin face first, while Cage has Sting under control on the outside. And it's still only a 2 count. Nice German suplex there by Brian Cage. Starks now sending Darby Allin to the ground, heading up to the top, and Starks dropping a fist right in the face of Darby Allin. Ricky Starks, nice running clothesline into the spine. Nice trip by Starks. Cyberpunk's not doing me too well so far. It's 25th in my list of games per views. But yeah, I suppose as things stay on here for longer, you get more views on them, don't you, really? My best thing looks like actually FIFA 18. If you look at actual views for videos return, it's actually pretty good. Brian Cage with a boot in the gut and a nice drop kick in the gut as well. Brian Cage spins Sting around, big strike in the face. And a flatliner on Sting as well, and Team Taz looking in firm control of this match at the moment. Firm control. Ricky Starks now doing a moonwalk, which is pretty impressive. Quite sure the idea behind the moonwalk, to be honest, but there you go. Darby rolls through, flipping Ricky Starks away from the corner. Nice backdrop as well. And that's going to be enough. It is! And Darby Allin and Sting walk away with a victory. Wow, that's a big win for them. Big win. Both will be involved in the Dusty Classic as well, which is pretty good. There was a Faymouser there by Ricky Starks, but eventually it was the coffin drop. That's the word I was looking for. The coffin drop was enough to get the victory for Darby Allin. I can't remember the word there for a minute. I mean, look at this on the outside. The F5 by Brian Cage on Sting, completely taking him out of the match there. And there we go. Darby Allin and Sting are victorious in this match. And Darby Allin, not so much of a bad weekend for him now. He's got a massive victory out of this, so he'll take that, I think. He'll definitely take it. Right, let's move on to our first championship match of the night. And this one it's all for then. A rematch from the Forbidden Door. Thunder Rosa gets another opportunity at Beth Phoenix and the SWE Women's Championship. So I'm looking forward to this match again. Should be interesting. Of course, next weekend, as I've already announced, we are going to be having our Evolution weekend, which is a weekend solely based on women's wrestling. So whoever wins this match will know that they're going to be going on to main event the final night of the Evolution pay-per-view. So it's a big one, this one. A massive, massive Women's Championship match. And let's see how we go on as the referee holds the belt up high, ready to go. We have got Beth Phoenix up against Thunder Rosa. And we are underway for the SWE Women's Championship. Of course, Thunder Rosa won this opportunity on night number 1 with a victory in a fatal 4-way elimination against Hikaru Shida, Riho, and Ryo Mizunami. Interesting to see how she gets on here tonight. Of course, Beth was able to defeat her last time in what was possibly one of the best women's matches we've had so far in this universe mode. Thunder Rosa now ducking, diving underneath and a drop kick in the face of Beth Phoenix. Thunder Rosa now sending Phoenix into the turnbuckle. Now big boot in the face. And a choke by Thunder Rosa, taking down Beth Phoenix. Boot in the gut of Beth by Thunder Rosa. Beth sends Thunder off the ropes into a big back elbow. And an elbow right in the chest as well. Thunder Rosa slides back in the ring. Gets on the back of Beth Phoenix. Takes her up into a shin breaker. Thunder Rosa now sending Beth into the corner. Running knee strike right in the face as well. And Thunder Rosa looking great here. Big boot right in the gut. Both ladies back up on their feet. And it's Beth who's able to flatten Thunder Rosa. Beth, big knee in the face of Thunder Rosa. Nice roll through there by Thunder Rosa now. Nice roll through there by Beth Phoenix. Now the reverse dragon sleeper on Thunder Rosa who breaks free. Oh, there's a kitty cat down there. Hello, kitty cat. You woken up now? You've been asleep for a while, haven't you? Lazy cow. Anyway, Thunder Rosa dropping Beth Phoenix face first across that middle rope. Thunder Rosa now bringing Beth back up to a standing base. Rosa now into the Northern Lights suplex. Looking for the boot across the chest, but there is the dragon screw by Beth Phoenix. And now here's Beth, gonna roll. No, going for the big Cesaro swing on Thunder Rosa. For breath. I can't talk anymore. I've recorded too many episodes today, that's what it is. Thunder Rosa now with the Fisherman suplex, taking down Phoenix. Thunder Rosa now once again, this time taking Phoenix up onto her shoulders. Into that gory special. This is how she got the opportunity at this match with hitting that maneuver. She thinking Dragon Sleeper here? She is indeed. The Dragon Sleeper hold locked in. The legs are grapevined as well. Will Beth Phoenix tap? Will we have a brand new women's champion here tonight? No. Beth is able to roll through like a phoenix. She rises from the ashes. Had to be said at some point, didn't it? Again, the pin by Thunder Rosa. Beth once again just about kicks out. Phoenix now, nice fisherman suplex on Thunder Rosa. She's not moving very much. Her leg was trying to hook that bottom rope and she couldn't quite get it. But she was able to kick out before the 3 count. Beth now, slamming Thunder Rosa into the turnbuckles and now slammed her face first as well. And now wrenching back at the arms of Thunder Rosa. Rosa here in trouble. Locked in this submission. Is she going to survive it? She does break free. Look at those agile back elbows from such an awkward position. But she has broken free from that submission. Thunder Rosa now hooking the leg of Beth. Everyone's going fisherman's here, but no, Beth rolls it through into a small package. 1, 2, and 3. She's got it. Beth with a cheeky small package gets the victory and retains the championship over Thunder Rosa in what again was another great match. Thunder Rosa looking for that fisherman suplex once again, but Beth just able to quickly roll her up and steal the victory. There was the Dragon Sleeper that I thought was going to end the match, but Beth was able to survive the backbreaker again, where Thunder Rosa went for the pin, only a 2. But eventually, the Fisherman Suplex by Beth Phoenix, but the Fisherman Suplex by Thunder Rosa, where she got rolled up, which was enough to secure the victory for Beth Phoenix, who retains the Women's Championship once again. So Beth Phoenix will main event Evolution. But who will she be defending this championship against? Who will get the opportunity at Evolution to face Beth Phoenix? We'll find out next weekend. Right, let's move on. Now, I know what you're thinking. How on earth is the shabbiest of all the gamers going to pull off an exploding barbed wire deathmatch on WWE 2K19? Well, simply, we're not. We're going to visit a slightly different game. One that a lot of you might know of. So without further ado, let's bring in Fire Pro Wrestling. And here we go then. Barbed wire landmine deathmatch. Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega. I have not been in this game for so freaking long. It's great to be back on here. And this is a much more interesting way of doing a hardcore matches, isn't it? As you can see in the ring, we've got barbed wire tables in the corner. There's barbed wire landmines on the outside. There's sledgehammers, baseball bats, kendo sticks, chunks of wood. And of course, whenever somebody gets thrown to the outside of the ring, it will mean that one of those barbed wire boards will blow up. Nice pin there by Omega, only enough for a 1 count. Good old Fire Pro. As you see, both guys getting really close to the corner. And, oh, Moxley goes straight in, face first, to the barbed wire. And look at the mess it's made of his front. Lots of blood from Moxley already. And then he sends Omega into that same table. Who's going to be the first one to be thrown over the top into one of the landmines? Pinned by Omega. It's only for a 1 count still. Moxley's busted open heavily, but it's not seeming to bother him too much. Omega now with a DDT. And Moxley, as you can see, staining the ring red. Oh, Moxley just stacks up Omega. Not even a 1 count, though. Omega was very quickly out of that. Nice scoop slam there by Moxley, who now drops a knee right in the nutsack. The two of them trading strikes. Who's going to be the first one to drop outside the ring onto one of the exploding areas? As Moxley now with a baseball bat straight across the side and across the gut as well. But Omega taking Moxley down with the drop kick to the knees. Omega now rolling Moxley over, in for the pin. Only a 1 count. It's going to take a lot of damage to keep one of these two guys down, isn't it? Oh, Omega just sending Moxley back first into the barbed wire table again. Moxley taking Omega down. See, Moxley really busted open from hitting that barbed wire earlier on in the match. And now wrenching back at the neck of Kenny Omega. Both guys clubbing blows, and oh, again, Moxley just catching Omega, drags him away from the corner. Back up to a standing base, big step up Insiguri to the back of the head, but Moxley's back up first. Nobody's gone outside the ring yet, which is a bit annoying. Come on. Somebody fly out the ring and explode something. Somebody explode something. Moxley now dragging Omega back in. Of course, Moxley busted open very early on this match, but still going. Enziguri once again by Omega, dragging Moxley away from the corner. How many mouses in there? Omega taking Moxley up with a leg hooked into the brainbuster. Fisherman's brainbuster. Moxley though now. I'm surprised Moxley's not gone to try and send him into this barbed wire yet. And then a running DDT by Moxley on Omega. Nice step of Enziguri to the back of the head. Elbow there by Moxley. Now running Bulldog as well. Not a lot of weapons in this one so far. See, Moxley busted open very early on with the barbed wire. And still, as you can see, painting the ring red wherever he goes. Moxley taking Omega up and dropping him. Oh, I thought he was going to throw him over the top then for a second. And now into a Boston Crab style, Walls of Jericho style submission. Omega able to break free. Omega now with a pin on Moxley. Oh, 2.9. So close. Moxley's obviously taken a lot of damage so far in this match. Omega, nice tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Omega once again. Look at that Fisherman's brainbuster. Still, they're not using the environment, are they, really? Nice Saito suplex there by Omega. Moxley straight back up there. Moxley takes Omega up into the vertical suplex. Omega drops the outside and gets blown up on the barbed wire board. Wow. It's Omega the first one to take the explosion. As you can see, both of them now busted open. And Moxley again taking Omega up and again drops him into another barbed wire board. Jon Moxley taking down Omega twice now with those barbed wire boards, but Omega's back up and both guys now busted open. Omega brings Moxley back up. Moxley now big elbow in the back of the head of Omega. And now it's Omega once again with that Fisherman's brainbuster. But it's Moxley gets a bit quicker there. Big headbutt to Omega, who then takes Moxley down. Omega bringing Moxley back up to a standing. Oh, it's a low blow by Mox on Omega. Of course, anything goes in these matches. And there's the dirty deeds or the paradigm shift by Moxley, but Omega straight back up like nothing happened. And another paradigm shift by Jon Moxley on Kenny Omega. 1, 2, and 3. Your hardcore champion Jon Moxley defeats Kenny Omega in an exploding barbed wire death match. Wow. And here we go, then this is what it's all for, the SWE World Heavyweight Championship. AJ Styles making his first defense after defeating Bret Hart at the Forbidden Door. And this should be an interesting one. Jericho in a great vein of form, getting that massive 8-man victory on the first night to get this match, of course. Himself and MJF victorious over the Bucks on night number 2. Can he continue this winning streak on to take the SWE Championship away from AJ Styles? Of course, he does have some help at ringside. As you saw during the entrance, MJF, Jake Hager, and Wardlow have all joined Jericho at ringside. And what effect are those guys going to have on the match, the referee, AJ Styles, everything, really? It's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. But we are almost ready. Chris Jericho is shown the SWE Championship. The belt is held up high by the referee, and we are ready to go. The bell goes, we're underway. Nice takedown there by Jericho on AJ Styles. AJ flattens Jericho. Big boot in the spine. And again, AJ with a boot in the spine of Jericho. Oh, big step up insecure by Jericho. Boot in the spine again of AJ. Another big boot in the back again. And another boot in the leg of AJ. AJ now sending Jericho into the corner. Big running clothesline. AJ, nice dragon screw. And a boot in the back of AJ Styles as well. AJ sends Jericho off the ropes, ducks underneath. And a nice running bulldog there by Chris Jericho. Boot in the spine once again of AJ Styles. Again, arm smashed into the mat. Jericho the boot in the back again of AJ. And Jericho's dominating the early parts of this match. Really dominating. Really wrenching away at the neck and slamming the back of the head of AJ into the mat. Jericho now stamp on the arm once again of AJ. Brings AJ back up to a standing base before rolling him through. Into the DDT. And a big knee in the face by AJ on Jericho again. AJ now brings Jericho back up to his feet and a big boot in the spine. Jericho now slamming the face of AJ Styles into the top turnbuckle pad. And Jericho's dominating this. I can't see any other result here apart from a Jericho victory at this point in time. It's so one-sided by Jericho here on AJ. Big clothesline into the running bulldog by Jericho. Jericho now just twisting the neck of AJ Styles. Remember, we've got Evolution for you next weekend, so we're going to be focusing very much on the women's division. I might bring in a new belt next week. I'm not sure yet. Like maybe like a women's intercontinental belt or a women's... I think women's tag team is the most likely, to be honest, but I was going to do like a tournament to do it, but it's a bit late for that now, I suppose, isn't it? Or is it? I mean, I could do an 8 tag team tournament this week. Yeah. We'd have a 4, 2, 1. Yeah. You know what? We'll do that. We'll crown women's tag team champions next week. That's what we'll do. Why not? I got some tag teams we can use. Nice boot in the back of the arm. And a big knee in the face. AJ now heading up to the top. And in with a spiral tap. Big, big move. Oh, a big forearm there by Jericho on AJ Styles. And a big boot in the spine once again by AJ Styles. And AJ all of a sudden has taken control of this match now. And an arm breaker as well. There's the pin by AJ Styles. It's a 2. No, only 1 count. AJ now taking Jericho up and dropping him side. It's not a sidewalk slam, is it? It's a reverse suplexy DDT thingy. I don't know. But AJ now in firm control. There's the arm breaker. As Jericho now taking control, though, taking AJ up into a powerbomb. As Jericho just pull out a jackknife powerbomb from all of a sudden. And now Jericho looking to roll AJ over into the walls of Jericho. But wow, AJ breaks free almost straight away. Jericho fights back with a rake to the eyes of AJ. And there it is, the Judas effect. The Judas effect by Jericho could be enough to make him our 3rd SWE champion. It is! AJ Styles is defeated on his first championship defense by Chris Jericho with the Judas effect, who is our brand new and 3rd ever SWE champion. Bret Hart was the first, AJ Styles the second, and Chris Jericho gets his name on the trophy now as well. Wow. I mean, I must admit, the whole way through this, Jericho just looked dominant. He really did. I mean, AJ had some offense, don't get me wrong, but AJ just looked dominant through a lot of this. Jericho looked dominant through a lot of this, and then eventually hitting that back elbow. And there we go, Jericho victorious there. And he is your new SWE World Heavyweight Champion. The Inner Circle have the gold. It's been a fantastic weekend for Jericho, winning that 8-man match on Saturday, winning the tag team match against the Bucks yesterday, and now becoming your SWE Champion. Well, there we go. That is the end of AEW's Revolution. I hope you have enjoyed, especially our little trip over to Fire Pro as well for that match, which was very interesting indeed. And I'll see you all again soon, very soon. Yeah, my voice is gone now. We've got SWE Dark tomorrow. We'll change it this week. We're going to have 3 matches of Dark tomorrow, 3 matches of Dark on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week, we've got SWE's Evolution Women's Only pay-per-view. So it's going to be a pretty fun week coming up. And of course, don't forget, we've got the Dusty Classic going on every day as well. Well, I've been Trevor Game. I hope you've enjoyed. Like, subscribe, that good stuff. And I will see you again very soon for our next episode. Good night.